to the Real Talking Podcast with me, Ash, and my co-host JD. Please follow, like, or subscribe to any platform you are listening. So let's get straight into it. You must be thinking, what's two 34-year-olds just start randomly starting a podcast?
Well, we're still 33, but nearly 34.
Well, yeah. So Jay, what made you want to start this project?
Well, I mean, it's something that I've been listening to podcasts for years now, and I listen to all these other people in general. It's mainly celebrities or comedians and every person that you see on TV, and it's just the same old. Not that I don't enjoy them, but everyone who's got the money, they've got the same problems. It's the same guests on every podcast, and there's no actual just working Joe, no average person.
There's no real talk,
and I feel that we can add that to the market.
Yeah.
So I think if we just have a general chat, bring in what's going on in our lives, what's happening in the news. There's always some dickhead that's on TV that needs a fucking speaking down to in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel that if we carry on just with the real perspective, the real person's life, and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts as much as you, but the one thing that really annoys me about podcasts is when they get an OnlyFans girl on, and it fucking drives me nuts because you only ask them two questions. What's your best month? What do you earn annually? It's like, it's so fucking what? Like, anyone can do that now. It's just, and that's one thing about podcasts that drive me crazy. I mean, porn stars, yeah, because they have the stories and that. But when you're just asking your girl next door how much they earn annually and monthly, it fucking drives me nuts. And also, the one where they have girls one side and lads one side, and they try to like feminist and like alpha man, they try like who's been more oppressed. It's just a load of bollocks.
Well, I see a lot of that on TikTok at the moment, and on all the other social medias. There is a lot of these videos out there. I don't know why. Obviously, it's the algorithms with Google and phones and all that in general. Once you see one, it just all pops up, and there has been a lot of. I think I don't know if it's the Whatever podcast, or at least that's at Whatever is in his background. And as you just said, there's like 10 different girls, all with the tits out, trying to say that
they're a 10 or whatever.
Yeah. And then the geezer's there like, alright then. And it's just a lot of bullshit. From both sides though. It's not just like, obviously the lads that are trying to be a protagonist, it's all for the content. Like, they're doing it to get the reaction. And like, that's sound, but it is just shit. I mean, there's too much fucking going on with all this bullshit these days. We've all just got to plod on with it. Like, who gives a shit really what happened fucking all those years ago with women being oppressed and whatever? You've all got the fucking rights.
Yeah, you can't change that now. So like,
we can go on for fucking hours really. Like, at the end of the day, you've asked for this. You either want equal rights or you don't, and that's it. Fucking, we don't need to fucking get into that lane.
Yeah.
I feel like you started me off on a fucking segue.
It's probably not the best thing to talk about.
No, not getting cancelled fucking straight away, Jesus. Well, no, it's fucking. I think we need to stay away from that kind of lane.
Yeah.
Maybe when we have someone, if they want to talk about something like that, then sound. But I think if we just stick to the standard bullshit of what's going on, and then see how it goes from there, really.
Well, talking about cancelled, the Gary Lineker drama, I want to get your view on that before I say mine.
Well, I did try and have a quick look at it. I know it's to do with this asylum thing that's going on. I've got my view on it.
Yeah.
But we're on about Gary's here at the moment.
I'm talking about, obviously, because Gary Lineker has been the BBC he's not hosting Match of the Day, and a lot of other people that was meant to be stepping in and fulfilling his role have turned it down to the point where even the commentators for the matches have turned down going to the matches to commentate.
But yeah, because they're not even going to interview the managers and players after.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Which I think that's going to be a strange watch. To be fair, I mean, I will watch it.
Yeah.
Just to see how weird it's going to be. I mean, it's never had it, has it? It's always been commentary.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's not going to be any hardship not to see fucking Alan Shearer change shit for a change, but you know, it's it's going to be an experience. But I just think, what's the fucking point in having all this social media and being able to comment and retweet other people's videos and tweets and whatever if you can't say your own opinion on it?
Yeah.
Now, the BBC, which that's a load of bullshit anyway. Why we still have to pay a TV licence when we don't even fucking... I only watch the BBC if there's the FA Cup game or something on there. So they're a corrupt fucking corporation themselves. But why they have to blow up Gary's comments and retweets for his own personal opinion and to make it an issue, I think it's absolute disgrace, to be fair. There's just no need for it.
No, there's no need. And everyone, like, you know, you might say is right, I might say is wrong what he said, but at the end of the day, you know, you should be able to say what you want to say and not potentially be getting sacked for just voicing your opinion. Yeah. Even though sometimes your opinion doesn't need to be voiced, which I feel like a lot of celebrities do. I mean, you know, the real, like, what this podcast is, like, you know, he's rich, he's a multi-millionaire. If he wants asylum seekers, whatever, let him live with him. He's got the room.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's where, you know, there's this realm of being politically correct, and what is actually society correct. And, you know, for me, you know, having people come across the border from France, so they travel through safe countries from Italy, through Germany, sometimes Belgium, and then France, and then get on the boat, then come to here, and then now it's up to the UK to fulfil that purpose when they've travelled through potentially 4 safe countries. But we all know why they're coming here. Obviously, they get the better health system. They don't have to put nothing in and get everything out. Well, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. There's a reason why all these other countries don't let them stay.
Yeah.
And they don't want to stay there anyway, because, as you say, they get all the housing for free. They don't have to pay for any bills or anything. I mean, I saw a clip the other day. It was I think he said he was a Romanian chap, but he's gone to one of the charity bins at a Sainsbury's, and they see him on the CCTV taking the clothes out, and it's a charity bin, but they can get away with it.
Yeah.
And it's not saying all of them are going to do it.
No.
It's the kind of thing that we shouldn't be able to tolerate, but it's always going to be just looked over. No one cares, or the government don't care.
Yeah.
And so that's why they do come out, because in their own countries they can't get away with doing anything like that, but they can here.
Yeah, and also because I know the UK did sign some legal document, I can't remember when, to say that they will accept like immigrants if their countries want someone, and that's great.
Yeah.
You know, we should, but as I said, when you've travelled through so many safe countries and then you take an extra risk to come here, that's where it's like, what's the purpose of fulfilling? When you're in France and you're trying to sneak into the back of a lorry to come across the border, when France is like the 9th richest economy in the world. Like,
yeah, they're already in a safe country, but it's because they won't let them. They're happy to ship them off, which they do. They stick them straight on a fair reason and turn a blind eye when they're in the back of a lorry and that to get them into our border.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you think of it in one way, their government's doing the right thing on that sense then, because they don't want them. Our government won't do the right thing on that sense, because they're allowing them to come in and take everything. I mean, all the hotels are booked in. I've seen videos of people that have had the Travelodge rooms cancelled because the asylums are in those rooms. And then we've already got a house problem where there's not enough homes for the UK residents in general, and then they're already putting the asylums in these houses.
Yeah.
Now, you know yourself, the housing market's, I mean, when lockdown's it ever good, to be fair, like, but you know, they're building all these new houses. There's already a set amount that have to be allocated for council people, and yet a lot of them council people aren't even going to be able to get them because of the asylums taking them homes. And I think it should all start at home at the end of the day. We've got too many homeless people everywhere. You know, I can't even go down to Asda without the one chap sitting down asking for change, which that's a whole other debate as it is. But these people, I mean, COVID started, they made temporary homes to get all the homeless off the streets into these homes and into the hotels, the hostels, everywhere. And once it was safe, they put them back on the street again.
Yeah.
They already solved that issue. So why couldn't they have left that problem solved and fixed and no issues with it to create another one?
Yeah.
Put them back on the streets and then put asylums in there. It's just, I mean, we've still got all these empty shells of the emergency hospitals to the storage units that were converted. They're doing nothing now.
Yeah.
So why can't they be put in places like that as their asylum homes and then get integrated in properly?
Yeah.
You know, if we want to go and live in Australia or anywhere else, we have to apply for a visa. Now, I get it, you're evacuating a country that is going through all these traumas and everything, and so you can't exactly just go and sit in an office waiting for 5 hours to get a piece of paper to say, yeah, you can come over. But there should be more legal ways of doing it.
Because that's the thing as well, because a lot of them are crashing the channel and haven't got the right papers, and I get it, you know, you're running away from a country, I get it, you can't carry everything, but then it's just the worrying thing is how do you determine the right age? Because as soon as they say they're under 18, they get different circumstances to say I'm over 18.
Yeah.
Also, a quick question, why is it called the news? Because there's never good news, it should just be called bad news.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember, I turned on the news and was like, I love that. You always come like, fuck off. Like, there's never anything on the news that you turn around and go, oh, fuck, that's made me feel better. It's like, no vegetables or fruit, whatever the fuck this week, that it's short off now, and then, oh my god.
I don't know, I'm still struggling to get eggs from fucking Asda. It's
just
ridiculous.
It's just winding up to the point where, on the Daily Mail, I don't even look on the homepage no more because I'm just sick of. I don't care if Kelly Price has got big tits anymore because that's the thing that I seen when my partner was on it and I looked over and I saw Kelly Price comes out with the biggest whatever and I'm like, what the fuck? Who cares? But honestly, though,
because she's got a new TV program now as well. From what I've seen on an advert, and it's I don't know Katie's Mansion or whatever. How is she still relevant?
Fuck no.
I just don't know.
Like, I think like honestly, because when you think about, it's like. Obviously, she was doing the OnlyFans thing before the OnlyFans really, the page 3 thing. So, what does she do? She, like, her personality isn't that great. She's, you know, she's quite, I've seen a few, she's quite bad to her family, like her mum, anyway.
Yeah.
You know, she expects, you know, and she's done that thing where, you know, where she's drunk and drive and got away with it, like, and she keeps getting away with stuff, like...
she's been bankrupt about 12 times, and she's still got money to live in all these big houses and do this and that, and the pink Range Rover and whatever. I don't know how people can still be giving her money for nothing. Yeah.
Like, there's no relevance there.
No.
Because also, if you was to go and get fucked up right now and smash your car and cause an accident...
straight time, especially if there's injuries. I mean, you're going to get fucking a massive fine at least just for getting pulled over, drunk and intoxicated in one way or another, drugs or whatever. But yeah, if I crash into another car, well, that's the licence gone. That's fucking the insurance fucking prices go out the roof, and it's celebrity status again. Yeah, you know, you see these footballers that get pulled over. I mean, was it the Everton player the other week that? There was a picture taken of him pulling up to training, but his licence was suspended and he didn't know apparently. I don't know if it was Gordon.
Oh, the one that moved to Newcastle?
I think it might have been him. Oh. But yeah, it's literally, he's been a picture taken of him driving into the training ground, and then obviously whatever police force have seen it and gone, hang on, you got no licence at the moment, Jeff. fucking, and so and it was just a slap on the wrist, a public apology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but the average person can't do that kind of thing.
No.
And it's again, money talks, doesn't it, mate?
That's it.
Hopefully we'll be there one day. I mean, I'll win the lottery tonight. Yeah, fucking. I'll never have to worry about that then, will we?
Nah.
Right, so before we get cancelled ourselves from already slagging off all these fucking governments and celebrities and that, let's move on to something else. So onto the social media side of TikTok videos and that. I keep seeing a lot about UFOs.
Yeah.
Now it's not anything that I've seen on the news, not that I watch much of it, and not many people are talking about it, but I see these reports that they've been shot down over in America.
One over Alaska, wasn't it?
I think it was Alaska, yeah. And you think, why is stuff like that not on mainstream TV?
Yeah, it's like getting brushed under the carpet.
Yeah. So, what's going on? Do you believe in aliens for starters?
Me personally, yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of UFO shows. I'm a bit obsessed with them. But yeah, no. I mean, I thought it was a bit strange because it was like it wasn't just one report. I think it was like 3 or 4 in like a 5-day period. It was too many. It was more than normal. It was.
Yeah, I think that they throw a lot of these little videos out as well when they're trying to hide something or cover up another story that should be newsworthy, and they're trying to, just hide whatever the facts are. But I think in general we can't be the only life in not just our solar system, but in the whole of the universes, however large and multiple it may be. But whatever life is out there, do you think we have got visitors?
Yeah.
Or maybe living among us?
Not so much living among us, but I think so. I mean, what do you believe?
Well, I can't say I'm in the extreme of the theory that there's fucking lizard people and that.
Yeah, no, that's too far.
all the highest powered people, like when Queen Elizabeth was alive, that she was the lizard person.
Yeah.
But I think when you go back to all of the Egyptian times, and again I've watched a lot of the documentaries on that, I just feel that the history books are a load of bollocks.
Yes.
There had to have been a civilization of greater technology advances than what we're already at. Yeah. And so I don't know.
And that's what they used to call Atlantis. That's the lost of
the lost of Atlantis, yeah.
Because there's that show on Netflix that I think, I can't remember the professor's name, but he goes around the world looking for these artifacts that predate, what we, as a timeline, so before the Ice Age.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think what is being seen and reported at the moment isn't necessarily going to be from another world. I think it might just be that they've travelled so far and they thought, all right, let's go back, let's see what's going on now. Because you think how far all these other planets and the suns and everything are, it's going to take millions of years. I mean, again, it's outside of the realm of our
knowledge of all.
Yeah, what we can fathom.
Yeah.
How advanced was their technology? Because you look at the pictures, there's like the Egyptians holding light bulbs and stuff, and I mean, they had to have had some form of electricity. One for the light bulb pictures anyway, but to physically build not just the pyramids, there's all the other old cities, civilizations with structures that would be struggled to be made today.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's not so much it's different life, it's more so we're just getting revisited by old life that used to be here. But who knows?
But all that stuff, including so UFOs and how the universe works, it's all really interesting. So,
who is that?
Who is that professor? Is he
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
That's the one. I love hearing him like talk about how he works.
He's one of the ones that I listen to sometimes, and the way he explains things, I wouldn't be able to repeat most of it because I haven't got a clue.
I heard him say if he was to take the Earth and shrink it to a pool ball size, the circumference would be smoother than that if you downsize the Earth. That if you was to downsize the Earth into a pool ball, the circumference would be smoother than the actual pool ball because it was just the way it just all works and the way he explains it. It's just
yeah. Obviously, that's a lot higher than our education level.
GCSEs.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really blame the teachers too much. It's just we wasn't in the best of schools.
Our school was fucking shit.
I mean, I drove past it earlier, and it's just I don't know why they keep adding things to the outside of the building. It never looked nice in the first place. They're not going to make it any better. I mean, it's all down to the students that go there at the end of the day, and they're all thick fuckers, ain't they? Let's just be honest. I mean, the kids that are in the schools, we were in school with their parents.
Yeah.
And they weren't the brightest of people either. So I feel fucking sorry for these kids.
So since we're on the topic of people our age now having kids in school, what's something now that you do as a 30-year-old man, 30 plus, that you don't do anymore or you hate doing? I've got one. So when you're in your 20s, going out 2 nights in a row, you can do it. As soon as I think 28, 29, if you have when you go out now and even you don't go out, 4 beers, you need a day to at least a day now.
Yeah, I think we got onto that change quite early on, really. I mean, we was drinking from the age of 18, legally in the pub.
Illegally in your sister's flat.
Yeah, we'll save those stories for later. But yeah, so we'd always start from the pub, and then we only did probably 2 years properly of going to the pub and then clubbing, and even that wasn't every weekend. And then we was soon adapted to, right, no, we want to go out, we want to have a good drink and not get fucking surrounded by dickheads. So we stayed into that pub culture. Now, obviously, back then, we did used to be able to drink most nights and still plod on. I think it's more so to sleep. I ain't bothered if I go out a couple of nights. Not that I don't have any social life, but I could still go out 2-3 nights a week, have a drink. But if I don't have 8 hours, that's worse than a hangover to me. Yeah. Because the 8 hours cures the hangover.
I will say though, for like our generation, like we used to go out to Risa, to a bar that used to be uptown, and it was £2 a drink, so it was more sustainable to go out 2 nights in a row. And I remember once we went to Risa, it was £2 a drink. Yeah. And how much we spent? Was it 135?
Yeah, I had over £100 of cash on me. Yeah, and I think I still went to the cash point. So yeah, good luck. £130 was spent that.
So night. Do you reckon you drank the full amount? Did you lose your cash?
Well, no, we definitely drank it. So because back then, me and Les used to have a round each. So it was 5 drinks each.
Yeah, and it was if I remember correctly, it was like a shot, a single or something, a cocktail. Yeah. And then a main drink, and then like a vodka Red Bull or something like that. Yeah. So like it'd be like a beer or cider. Yeah. And then a vodka Red Bull.
Yeah, a main drink of like a cider, Magners, whatever. Yeah. Then like a vodka Red Bull. Most likely a Jaeger bomb. Yeah. A general shot of tequila or whatever, and a cocktail, and that was £10 for the 5 drinks. Yeah. So we'd order twice the amount, so 2 of each. I'd pay the 20, then on the next round, Les would pay his 20. So that was a lot of fucking alcohol. I fucking still struggle to fathom how we used to be able to do that. I don't know how we used to afford it in general, because none of us was on good money back then. I mean, I'll do the math sometimes, and it's like, well, I'd spend £60 on a Friday night, £70 on a Saturday night, because we'd have like an extra hour out, and still do like £50, £60 on a Sunday. I only used to earn £200 a week back then. Yeah. So I don't know where the match was, but I know where you're getting at. The price of everything now, it is ridiculous. Which I get it, the tax has gone up on everything, and they've got the inflation with people's wages. But I don't know, we did used to do it. I couldn't drink like that these days. I definitely couldn't.
Yeah, and talking about doing stuff now that we hate doing, that we used to do, Malibu and milk.
I'd still drink that.
No, no.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've done it. Probably with yourself somewhere, like, but
it doesn't feel right.
I don't know.
It doesn't.
I feel like I've got to try it again. But I've been drinking different drinks for a little while now. So during the lockdown, I got onto the Guinness and I was drinking Smiths and bitters and whatnot. But I don't know, since sort of Christmas, I've gone off of those and I've been drinking different rums. So I found a nice rum in Asda, which was like less than £12, a Jamaican rum. It was quite vanilla-y, and you could drink it straight. To be fair, it did smell really nice. And then a new one that I found in Asda, a litre and a half of whiskey, a Scottish whiskey, for about £24, and it's ridiculous. And it lasts all weekend. I don't like sit there drinking it constantly. I've got a pint glass full of Coke next to it as well.
Yeah.
The drink, not the marching powder.
The Colombian marching powder. Not anymore.
No, sorry. I tried it once and I just thought, what's the fucking point in this?
Yeah.
I remember going to town and there'd be like Barry and someone else in the back of the taxi doing it. I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I used to think if you're out with all your lads and you need to get hyped before you go out with the lads, there's something wrong.
Yeah, you shouldn't need any fucking additional supplements to be able to get on the level.
Nah,
you're already out.
You're already, like, when you're out.
Yeah,
like,
and if you can't get yourself there that way, you shouldn't, well, naturally rather, you shouldn't be out. You shouldn't need stuff like
then
that to get you up.
That's how you get addicted in it, because you just keep
yeah.
relying on it. But, I mean, have you got any other suggestions to stuff now that you hate doing, that you used to love doing? I've got another one. Going out on a work night. So me and you went to the cinema in the week.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've done that for ages.
Well, yeah.
And I got back and I felt like I haven't had no time to rest.
Well, no, yeah. Also, I had to drive back home, and then I mean, it was only like an extra 20 minutes of driving compared to yourself, but it literally was. I got in, had a quick fuss with the dog, and then it's bed.
Back at it.
Yeah. Whereas, years ago, we would have went to the cinema,
couldn't
watched
stay
the film.
Couldn't stay in.
Yeah, we'd go out off to the pub and have a few bevs and that, and as I say, that's down to the sleep factor though, because if I don't have that 8 hours, I mean, I'm up at around 4 o'clock every day. Yeah. So I need to try and be going to sleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock to make sure I'm getting a good sleep. Because I'm such a light sleeper, and it doesn't help with my dog. He's such a prick. He'll fucking lie at the end of the bed, licking his bollocks and just being loud in general, pattering around and that, and it wakes me up. It's all right for the wife, she can stay asleep for it, but I just can't. So I'll try and get as much sleep as possible, and then I'm fine then. But going on to something that I used to love doing that I wouldn't want to do now, I don't know really, because I think if I had more time I'd get back into football. But again, I didn't have to do much running around. I was always a super goalkeeper, which I've still got it, by the way. You know, the amount of times that the missus goes to knock something off the side and that, I'm there. Safe hands.
Doesn't go. The other thing for me, I mean, I've got a few, is playing games. Just sitting down on a computer and getting engrossed into a game. I really struggle. I used to be able to do it all the time, but now, as soon as I put the game down for over a day, I can't pick it back up. Because obviously the Pokemon game come out, and I played that for probably the whole weekend, going into Monday. Didn't play it for a few days, and I just haven't played it since.
No, see, I do try a bit more to play the games a bit. I mean, I've got the PS4, I've got the Nintendo Switch, and it's the Switch that I play a bit more, because it means that wife can sit there watching whatever her shit on Netflix and that, and I can just have my headphones on, which I tend to have my headphones on listening to a podcast of some sort, or like the United stand, Mark Goldbridge, him chatting shit, and I'll play the game at the same time then, because I don't need the volume.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they've all got the subtitles on as well, so you don't really need to listen to it. It's a lot harder than when we was younger, because I'll do it not to the same extent. I'll play for an hour or so every couple of nights, and then if I don't touch it the next day, it can go like a week or two before I'll even think about picking it up again. Because
I do feel like this year, because obviously with COVID, obviously spread down the speed of how games are being made. Obviously the Harry Potter game came out earlier, and that looked really good to the point where I thought I need to buy myself a PS5 to play it, but I just couldn't play. And also we got the Digimon game that come out that I know you've got.
Yeah, so
I haven't got. But look, I see them, and look, I keep seeing GTA 6 like talk about this.
I've seen what I think was an official trailer.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was an official. I think it's just like what the clips that they've released. It's not, and someone just put it together.
Right.
But you've obviously, I think we're seeing the same thing, but that it looks.
It's just like over realistic now.
Yeah, and it's like I think I've read it's like
it's 10, all the maps.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It was like I think it was like 10 times the size of the previous game. Yeah, the map in terms of the map.
Yeah, I think from the picture that I saw, it literally is all the maps. Like, you got the San Andreas and everything, and it's mad how far that game's come on, really.
Oh, from the 2D looking down on it. Yeah.
I mean, back then that was fucking quality. Just watching this little fucking dickhead run around.
The bullets used to be.
Yeah, and you see like a little dollar sign and that, and you pick up the money. And then I remember when Vice City come out.
Yeah.
And I'd just sit there, just driving around, listening to the old 70s music.
Yeah, Emotion FM.
Yeah, it was just
with Fernando.
It was just quality.
So going back to the radio stations, Fernando on Voice City was absolutely just the best. But also Laszlo on Liberty City, he had a talk show. Oh my, like that game. Like it made. I think when GTA 6 comes out, that would be the time to get for me to buy the next console. But what is the best game you've ever played?
I mean, you can go on to the cliches, the Final Fantasy games, which everyone in general does love. And don't get me wrong, I do really like the Final Fantasy games. I've always enjoyed, and I've played through several times, Final Fantasy 7, which is the main one that everyone raves about. Underrated is Final Fantasy 9 in that franchise.
Okay.
But
Kingdom Hearts for me.
Kingdom Hearts, yeah, that's
like honestly, like you wouldn't have thought these Disney characters, and you play a character called Sora, how it'd work, and you go to like different Disney universes like the Little Mermaid, Hercules, and you have him on your party, how that just works.
Yeah, interacting with them in a different way that you see them on the
but the whole storyline of that Kingdom Hearts franchise was just absolutely.
Yeah.
That for me, I mean, for me, obviously the best game, Pokemon Gold. Without a shot, like there's nothing that saves childhood than Pokemon Gold. More Pokemon Red and Blue for childhood.
Yeah, because that started off our generation of the actual playing the Pokemon games.
But the Gold and Silver, Goldenrod City.
Yeah. I think all of the original Pokemon games before it went to the Sun and 2DS, 3DS, and whatever.
Yeah, I think from Sun and Moon above, it got too linear. I mean, obviously the new games come out, but
I think they tried too hard with a lot of them.
It's just not the same, is it? Like, I remember them used to be in a challenge, maybe because I was a kid or not, but I still. You know, who was that gym leader in Goldenrod City who had Milk Tank and he used to keep him. What was that? What was her name? I'm not as people screaming now, but what was her name? Anyway, but she had Milk Tank and he kept using roller and he could heal himself, and that was so hard, like as a kid, to overcome that.
Yeah, well, it was. I think that was part of the nostalgia for it, really.
Yeah.
When they've made the newer generations and the experience share's gone across all of the Pokemon, so it makes you can complete the game quicker. I mean, that takes the fun out of it from the way that we used to play it, essentially.
And also because you couldn't watch trailers as such as you could now. I didn't realise at the time, and when you done that map, you could go back to
back to
Kanto.
Kanto,
Kanto, and then do all that, and then go back. Oh,
I know. I mean, you go back to all of that. You had to get a magazine and rely on adverts during the peak time of watching CITV and all that to see anything that was coming out.
Yeah, I mean, like the old anime for the Pokemon Red games and the Gold and Silver used to pop, like some of the old Pokemon cards. Like the artwork on there it's just what I remember just being as a kid.
Yeah, I think again because it was all brand new and it blew our minds.
Yeah.
There was nothing like it over here anyway. For us to have been used to it. I mean, the closest thing to it with the trading cards was the old fucking football stickers.
Yeah,
that was the closest relation, really.
Well, was it Match Attack? Is that what they called? No, the one or the. But I know what you mean. When there was like a World Cup as well.
They had the sticker books and that, and but it's always been a bigger thing in America because they've had the baseball cards and that for centuries, essentially.
Do you know? I've seen somewhere those stickers. So I think it was the Cristiano Ronaldo Sporting Lisbon one, so the first one where he ever appeared in. Someone bought one of them. I want to say for a couple $100,000.
The prices are ridiculous.
Just for a sticker.
Yeah, I mean, you go on to like Logan Paul. What was it, like $500,000 that he spent on the Charizard card?
Oh no, it was over $1 million for that though. Did you hear the story about he had to open up from a PSA to get it to a Bennett's because Bennett's so PSA. Write the cards or whatever you send comic books.
Yeah.
But Bennett's is a harder grade, and he had to he took it to Bennett's, and they wouldn't open it up. So he had to open it up himself and then send it off to Bennett's. And obviously now it's worth it because it's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
It's got one of only 10 Charizards in it because that other the geezer who bought that Charizard off has got the other 2 PSA 10s. I might be wrong in that, but he bought the illustrated Pikachu card, which was more, but he paid more. That was the rarer card, and that's the one he wears. The illustrated Pikachu is just like one card only. Like
I don't know. I've only seen on the clips of him doing his WWE stuff, and he had the Charizard in the chain.
He has got the illustrated Pikachu. I wanna say from I think 1997, and it's like the rarest card. Obviously, that's why he's paid for it. But yeah, I mean.
That's mental, that is.
It'd be great.
Yeah, to have that kind of money. I'll win the lottery tonight, I'll fucking buy it off the cunt. And then slap his brother up as well.
Did you watch that?
Nah, I didn't watch it.
I didn't.
I really wasn't bothered. Fucking.
But I've seen that just recently, that Mayweather confronted Jake Paul. Was he at a basketball game?
Yeah, I think it was basketball anyway, but he's fucking gone out with his entourage with 50 blokes and that.
Paul ran off, didn't they? Down to the policeman.
Like, can you fucking blame him though? You got fucking 50 bodies all fucking shouting at you, saying you're a pussy hole and that.
But he had his entourage.
He had what, fucking 3 people with him, didn't he, Jack?
Yeah.
He didn't have many people. From what I seen on the video, there was only like a couple of people compared to everyone else that fucking was with Mayweather.
I suppose though, no one needs to be falling in the street though, do they?
Well, no, because again, obviously with their culture, it's a fucking lawsuit waiting to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you think that logistically he's done the right thing, he's ran off. Yeah, he looked like a bitch because he didn't run fucking very nicely.
Yeah, but then he called him out straight away, I think on over Instagram or Twitter, one of them saying if he wants.
Well, he's had to, yeah.
That's the right way to do it, you might as well get paid for it.
Yeah. But I know Mayweather's announced another 5 exhibition fights this year.
Why is he first in like Geordie Shore people?
I don't know why. It's money, isn't it?
I know he's like a professional, but Bellator or something that Aaron used to. Was he at Bellator or was he another fighting company? It was like a UFC style. It definitely wasn't.
I don't know. There's a few out there now, isn't there?
Yeah.
He did some.
Because he went over to Japan and had a boxing match against Kickboxer or something.
Yeah. I think it was a kickboxing fight, but I don't know.
No. It was a boxing match, but I think it was a kickboxing champion that he had a boxing match with. But you say he's got a few more lined up?
Yeah, from what I saw, they've not announced people on there, but I imagine Jake Paul's going to be one of them now. which that would just leave KSI to fight him after that, and that means he's fought two lots of brothers.
What do you think of that misfits and that social boxing thing? Because
it's
if it's me and I'm boxing on TV and someone like there's a fear on TV that someone's knock me the fuck out. I'm training. I ain't going in half. Like some of them look like they like get gassed out straight away. Like
oh yeah, from the few that I've seen, you can tell they've just not trained.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's always down to the cardio to be able to run around and fucking do the boxing. But yeah, you've got to fucking train for it.
Yeah.
And
I think the TikTok one was worse. I don't know what that like. You had that Ed Matthews fight Simon as the main event. Did you ever watch that one?
yeah, so the earlier door ones,
And
they were a lot worse. Definitely, yeah. Now that it's gone on to the Misfits, the Zone, actual fucking boxing, it's a lot better, and it's down to the money as well. These kids are getting paid more than what actual professional boxers are getting paid. So that should be the incentive alone to be actually.
Yeah, to make a career out of, well, like Jake Paul did.
Well, yeah,
turn it into a career rather than a
actually
side.
training to make it look like an entertaining fight. They're entertaining to their own degree. You do have to laugh because it's just fucking kids that need a slap.
Yeah.
And they're just slapping each other.
That Misfits, did you see it had like a tag team boxing match? Did you see
I've
that
seen
one?
that one.
Oh my god! So that Mexican geezer, that Cav Soy, had a fight with whatever. I'm sure it was like so you have to tag him in and that. So this geezer's getting fucked up, and he like took this geezer in. The geezer came in and got fucking knocked out, standing like a TKO.
Yeah, some of them they shouldn't be doing it.
No,
but
it's pathetic when it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but if someone comes to you and says, right, I want you in the ring in 2 weeks, I'm gonna pay you 50 grand just to fucking potentially get knocked out, you gotta do it, ain't ya? You
gotta do it, but for that 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you're gonna train. You're gonna fucking go hard. You're just gonna fucking cancel everything that you got going on. Like, I'm doing this fucking 6 days, fucking solid training, every fucking just whatever needs to be fucking done. Everyone that you can fucking put in favours, right? Train me up, fucking do this. You're doing it, but yeah, they're all idiots, really. Don't get me wrong, fucking fair play to them. Yeah, we was just after the YouTube fucking generation to actually get onto that of creating content. When we was fucking in school and YouTube was out, it was just fucking a compilation of someone getting kicked in the balls and fucking or goal compilations and that. So they really hit it off. I mean, you go back to KSI, fucking FIFA videos and fucking.
Is that what you started off doing?
Yeah, just playing the fucking FIFA and. Just streaming it. So I don't know if they've still got it, but it's like the race to League One and all that, and when you're playing online, and that's all it do. And with his character and his fucking over the top shouting at fucking everything, he's done it right. I mean, I've sat there watching the videos myself and just laughing.
So do you like KSI as a person?
Yeah, I think he's an inspiration to people, well, even our age and that, really, you know, they've done such a good thing from just sitting there playing games.
Yeah, turning into a career.
Yeah, it's and again because he in particular has done so much. He's got his music. He's done songs with Craig David, hasn't he?
I like his music. I'm not too. I'm not sure about the KSI. You know.
He's an entertainer. You know,
I don't think he's a boxer. But obviously he's making money from it.
Yeah, I've seen professional boxers that ain't as good as him as well, though. And that's his personality. He's fucking done everything right. I mean, you go on to his brother.
Yeah, as I said, do you watch all of the Sidemen stuff? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, not as much as I used to. But again,
is that they all did the same thing? Did that? Because I know the one I don't know if he's a part of it. Chris MD used to do the football things with.
Yeah, as far as I know, he still does his football and that, but he's not in the Sidemen.
Oh, is he not?
He'll be on the videos from time to time. But yeah, that's what they used to do. This as a group, it was GTA 5 videos that they'd go on, and then they ended up calling themselves the Sidemen from that, and they'd just be fucking around on there. Yeah. So you think they've gone from nothing in general fucking like, on their own personal channels getting a couple of thousand views at the most a month to joining each other and being, well, they're the biggest group as far as I know of YouTubers in the world. I mean, they've got like fucking 12 million subscribers, and like again, their videos have evolved over the years. They do like the fucking Sidemen Tinder and this and that. And
Yeah,
fucking,
I've seen them ones, and because they do the thing Sidemen Sundays, I think it's a weekly.
yeah, they've got their own podcast.
But the Tinder one, I've seen a few of them because I've seen the one with, was it Logan Paul from his podcast?
Yeah.
And the Tinder one in America.
Yeah, I've not seen all of them. But yeah, they've got all that and like hide and seek videos and that. And you have to watch those videos with admiration as well, because there's one where Josh does like a good versus bad team, and it'll be a £500 holiday compared to a 50 grand holiday, whatever it is, and you think fair play to them. They're fucking they're living the life.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're earning from it.
Yeah, because going on that, like, do you watch the Mr. Beast videos? Or have you ever seen one?
I've seen them. I've not really ever got into any of his stuff, to be fair. But I know he's similar on that sense. He fucking spends a lot of money. But I did see the other day, he employed someone who looked similar to him in general. And essentially, it was like 6 months of him training this lad to be him. So he can get him to do videos of pretending to be Mr. Beast. So he does videos and like runs his business essentially. So Mr. Beast can still earn his own money, while this other geezer that looks like him, talks like him, acts like him, does
fronts it.
Yeah, does the bulk of the work now.
Because I've seen one of his things and I thought I would have smashed that. Where someone got paid 10 grand a day to like stay in, like, it was like in a warehouse, but they built like a little house in the warehouse, like a little apartment. And every day they take away one item, and it was like 10 grand a day. And like, I think the first day he got rid of, like, I don't know, like a picture on the wall or whatever. So, and I think in the end he walked away with like, I want to say about 300 grand because he was in there for like 30 odd days.
Yeah, but you could do it for a month easily, couldn't you?
You sit there, you buy your house, you're done, ain't it?
Yeah. So I've not seen that video myself. Did he still have access to his phone and the
No,
internet?
so basically, no, it was literally no contact with the outside world. He was like in a little dome flat. He had like a guitar, a jacuzzi, a bed, a piano, a drum set. He had like, you know, the basketball machine, some arcades, and then every day they talk to him and say, you know, it's what item you're getting rid of, and then they say like, well, if you get rid of this, we'll give you 20 grand for the day, and he'd be like, his drum set. It's like, yeah, fuck it.
But no TV.
No TV, no. I think he had. No, sorry, he might have had a TV. Cause I think he was. Oh, I might be wrong. I don't know if he had a TV in terms of watching, but I think he might have had a PlayStation or something to play. But in terms of watching TV, I know he wasn't allowed to do that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I get it.
You just sacrifice I mean, in my head, 50 days.
Yeah,
the max just.
Yeah, if you've got stuff to keep yourself entertained and that, then it's easy enough. I mean, you can sit there just fucking like shooting the hoop all day, couldn't you? Really, and that's a whole day.
Yeah, I've seen another one where it was like what's that? Squid Games.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I've not even watched the programme, but I saw that he'd made the video of it. It's done a whole real.
Because he done a giant hide and seek as well as some shopping like centre. Like, just fucking.
This is what I say. You have to admire these kids, and I don't say kids in a fucking demeaning way, because you know they are to us. Anyone younger than us is a kid essentially. They're making these videos and earning all this money doing shit that they love, and that's what I fucking have to put my hand up to them and say fair fucking play, because I enjoy my job to a certain degree. You know, I enjoy what I do, but I don't always enjoy doing it. More so, I don't enjoy who I'm doing the job for and whatnot. But, I mean, they've got none of that to fucking have to fend off. They're doing whatever shit with the mates, having a laugh, and just posting it. And a lot of it is, they only just have to deal with the camcorder of it. They pay people to do all the editing and everything as well, so they're literally just having fun. And as I say, fair fucks to them. I'd fucking love to be able to just do it myself, really.
Yeah, because I must have like obviously a team behind them now. Because like this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Look, as I mentioned with Mark Goldbridge, the United Stand, he started off just on a Sunday night on his phone, walking the dog or whatever, just talking about the weekend football, Man United and that. And now he's got fucking a team around him. He's got a studio right next to Old Trafford, which has got the fucking screens and all that. They have like 3 or 4 of them after a game, good or bad, fucking talking about it, reviewing it. They've got separate cameramen, editors. I don't know, he's probably got like 15 people that work for him essentially.
So he'd be doing the match of the day job tonight then, won't
He actually does do talk sport on a fucking I think it's like 7:30 on a Saturday. He'll do like an hour show, just going over the games and that. Like, and again, fair play to me. I think he used to work for the police and I don't know, like banking or something. He has spoke about it, but yeah, again, it's just someone, and he's older than us, and he's fucking got nearly 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube now. And that's on his main channel. He's got That's Football, where I watch other games, Man City and all that. I mean, someone has to watch Man City, don't they? But he'll watch all of that, and I think that's 750,000 people on there now, and that's the camera that's dead. And so, yeah, distracted, fucking, yeah, fair play to him. He's done well. But anyway, I think a game that I think is underrated and I really do enjoy is the Xenoblade Chronicles, which I've told you about before.
The RPG?
Yeah. And that's just fucking open world, and you can just spend hours getting lost in it. And that's what I would tend to fucking stick to Game Boys these days. So I think on that bombshell now, that we've pulled it back to that, would we call that a pod?
Yes, don't forget though, if you've got any questions, to email us at therealtalkingpod@gmail.com.
Yeah. And then it'll be the same on all the socials, Real Talking Pod. Yeah. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.